Two teams fighting to move up in the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference standings meet tonight at Connorsville's Spartan Bowl. Hi, everybody, with Justin Roberts. This is Fran Schulman welcoming you to the TV3 Game of the Week between the Spartans and Batesville High School Bulldogs. Tonight's game is being brought to you by American Heritage Realty. Buying or selling, see American Heritage first. Runsman Graphic Design and Printing, headquarters for your every printing need. Dr. Gary Weber, DDS. Now you can have the smile you've always wanted. Don's Auto Sales and Tires, major brand tires at very affordable prices. Edward Jones, financial advisor, making sense of investing. This Spartan game on TV3 is also being brought to you by FCN Bank, building stronger communities, one great local event at a time. Foles Flooring, a wide selection of quality flooring, plus expert installation. Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, a great place to eat in Connorsville. Try a Spartan Classic. Urban Winkler Funeral Home, call 825-1761 or 458-0745 and ask about pre-planning services. Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency, an independent agency representing numerous companies for your every need. Eye Center of Connorsville, complete eye care for every member of your family. Batesville's record is 11 wins and 5 losses. The Spartans have won 10 games and lost 7, 2 in overtime, 1 to Shelbyville and 1 to Newcastle, and they lost a 2-point game at Mount Vernon a couple of weeks ago. Among the Spartan games lost, both the Spartans and Batesville have lost 2 games to Greensburg, the leader in the conference right now. The Spartans during that holiday tourney at Richmond and the regular season game 74-65. That's the only conference lost by the Spartans in the athletic conference. The Batesville losses to Greensburg were by scores of 63-53 and 60-55. Both teams have played Union County. The Spartans won over the Patriots 65-33, and the Bulldogs beat Union County that score 60-44. Both teams have a win over South Dearborn. The Spartans 50-43, and Batesville won 73-35. The other 3 Batesville losses were to Columbus East, East Central, and Plainfield. The other Spartan losses, in addition to the ones we mentioned, were to Delta and Zionsville in that holiday tourney at Richmond. The Spartans have won their last 2 games. Batesville has a win streak of 5. The Bulldogs score an average of 62.7 points a game. The Spartans 52 points. The Spartans allow opponents to score 50 points a game on average. The Batesville offensive average is 53 points a game. Let's take a look at tonight's JV game. It was a thriller down to the final buzzer, and the Spartans come off with a victory here tonight of 44-43 in the junior varsity contest. That's the Spartans' first victory in a while. They had lost 3 straight, and it gives these young guys a record, though, of 13 wins and 5 losses. That's the JV team. Tonight's officials working this ball game here at Spartan Bowl tonight are Michael Gadberry from Morgantown, Robbie Miller from Greenfield, and Matt Weldy, also from Greenfield. Let's go to the starting lineups right now for this Batesville team, and they have some real shooters on this squad. The youngsters with double-figure averages as they go into tonight's game here at Spartan Bowl. At one of the guard spots will be Colt Meyer, a 6'1 junior. He wears number 11, and he has an average of 17 points a game. Another guard is 5'10 sophomore Trey Heidlich. He wears number 12. His average is 9.9 points a game. In field goals, he hits 51% of his shots. And another guard spot will be R.T. Powell, 6-foot sophomore, whereas number 14, his average is 7.8. And working along with their lineup, the other two starters will be Robert Raver, wears number 30. He's a senior, one of the few seniors on this squad. He is 6'5". His average is 14.5 points a game. And the other forward is Tyler Myers. He is a senior at 6'2", and his average is under 10. We really don't have it listed. For the Connersville Spartans tonight, it will be Jonah Graham, wears number 5. Jonah is a 5'8" sophomore at CHS. He has 13 threes to his credit. Number 10 is Clay Garrison, a 5'10" junior. Clay is an 83% free throw shooter. His average is 8.1 points a game. Also starting for the Spartans tonight will be Noah Belk, a senior, a 90% free throw shooter, averaging, going into tonight's ball game, his average is 16.1 points a game. Noah has 16 threes to his credit. And as we mentioned, he is the best free throw shooter on the squad, hitting 90% of his free tosses. Noah is a 6'1" senior, a 3-year letterman at CHS, and he's the leader of this team. 58% free throw shooter Ethan Smith will be starting at one of the forward spots. Ethan is a 6'3" junior at CHS. Ethan has an 8.2 point per game average. And the other member of the starting five is 6'7" junior Jacob Brown. Jacob wears number 50. He is a 62% field goal shooter. Most of his shots come from inside close to the basket as he gets underneath the goal and a teammate works the ball to him and he's able to put it in. In the free throw line, though, he's at 56%. Buzzer sounds and the teams crowd around their respective coaches, and we're just minutes away here from the tip-off of tonight's game here at Spartan Bowl. Again, it's the Batesville Bulldogs who come to CHS. Batesville in their traveling blue uniforms. Kerry Brown coaches the Spartans. His 10th year here at CHS, has a 154 win, 88 loss record. And for the Batesville Bulldogs, Aaron Garrett is their coach. Aaron is 11th year at Batesville. He has 167 wins and 52 losses. In the last 5 years, the Spartans have won 3 of those 5 ball games. Batesville won a year ago, though, a one-pointer, 49-48 at Batesville, and that was the only loss by the Spartans in the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference. They were the champions last year, and for 4 straight years, CHS has led the conference. Right now, though, their hope for a 5th straight is a little bit in jeopardy because Greensburg is on top spot, 6-0, and the Spartans right now are 2-1. Connersville has 4 games remaining in the conference as they play 7 games. Back to Greensburg, their only game against a conference opponent will not come until the end of the season, February the 19th, when they will be taking on the East Central Trojans. Spartans will have this game, a conference game. They'll also play East Central here at the Spartan Bowl, and they will have 2 games remaining in the conference. One will be at Franklin County, the other will be with Lawrenceburg. They are announcing the starting 5 for Batesville, and right now they're going to dim the lights here at Spartan Bowl, and they'll be introducing the Spartans. So we'll go quiet, let you enjoy the rest of the pregame ceremony.
now, let's meet your Connersville Spartans. The non-starters, wearing number 14, Tanner Brock. Number 22, Dylan Logan. Number 24, Colton Songbarger. Number 40, Trevor Young. Number 42, David Huffman. And number 12, Kobe Phillips. Starting lineup for the Spartans. At forward, a 6'3" junior, number 34, Ethan Smith. At center, a 6'7" junior, number 50, Jacob Brown. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 30, Noah Bell. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 5, Jonah Brown. At guard, a 5'10" junior, number 10, Clay Garrison. Sparks coached by Mr. Gary Brown. This time, ladies and everyone, please rise, remove your hats, as we honor America. Tonight, our national anthem played by the CHS Pep Band. Officials for tonight's game, Michael Canberry, Robbie Miller, and Mike Morrell.
Game between the Connersville Spartans and Batesville Bulldogs. Appreciate you joining us here on TV3. Batesville on the floor now. The Spartans break from around coach Gary Brown. We mentioned Batesville in their road blue uniforms. Jacob Brown will be jumping center for the Spartans. For the Bulldogs, it is number 30, Robert Raver. He's 6'5", Jacob is 6'7", so let's see who wins the battle, and it will be the Spartans. Clay Garrison grabs the ball. Batesville guy almost had it, but Clay took it away from him. Gives to Jonah Graham, who will, as the point guard, move it into front court. Here's Garrison, man-to-man defense by this Batesville crew, which is a popular defense in high school basketball. Graham in the corner, his favorite corner where he likes to shoot the threes. He hit some crucial three-pointers in the Spartans' last win over Lawrence North from Indianapolis. Out to Jonah. Here's Ethan Smith, number 34, tries to work the ball into Brown, and Jacob touched it last, couldn't hang on to it. And the turnover gives the ball out of bounds to Batesville. Here come the guards. They'll bring it across the timeline. Here's R.T. Powell. He's number 14 as he works the ball into the top half of the free throw circle. Ball worked into the corner. No score in this ball game. We're just getting underway. Traveling call, the turnover by big number 30, Raver of Batesville. So we're all even in the turnover department. And the Spartans will inbound in backcourt. Noah Belt triggers it into Garrison, and they will move it across the timeline. Belt will finish up the job. Goes to Brown. Batesville guy on the floor. Here's Graham shooting from the corner. Too long. Shot missed down court. Missed by Batesville. Guy tried to tip it up and in, number 30, and he was successful. Spartans hurried up court. Shot is missed. Colt shooting so far in tonight's ball game. Here's number 11, Colt Meyer with the ball. Feeds over to his teammate Powell. No score. We'll play not quite 2 minutes in tonight's ball game. Both teams kind of trying to figure out how to penetrate this defense of the opponent. Number 34 along the baseline for Batesville. He's off to a teammate. Tries a three-pointer, missed, and high to grab the rebound is Jacob Brown for Connersville. Garrison now will get a shot attempt here. No, it gives out to Graham. Spartans have had a couple of shot attempts. There is driving down, and Belt misses on the layup. Nice save, Jacob Brown. Belt drives down, hits for the basket. Will not get a shot away. He was fouled. We'll have a couple of free throws coming up here. That foul of the first ball game is on Tyler Myers of Batesville. Here is Noah Belt, as we mentioned. He is the best free throw shooter in the building tonight here, as he hits 90% of his free throws, and he hits that one for the Spartans. Noah ready for his second free throw. That's the first point of the ball game. 5:44 on the clock. Second free throw is good, and it's 2-0 in favor of Connersville. Now the Bulldogs will try to come down court and tie or go ahead. All taken out by Raver, number 30, one of their guards. Comes into the ball game, 14.5 points per game. Whistle stops the play as the Bulldog was fouled as he hits for the basket. Jonah Graham picks up the first foul of the ball game against the Spartans, a non-shooting foul. Batesville will inbound. Nice defense by Brown as he almost breaks up the inbound play. Underneath the ball, taken by Batesville. Shot is up, and scoring is Raver. 2-2. Just over 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Now the Spartans being pressed in backcourt, finally having to cross the 10-second line. Here's Belt driving down. Man on him. Over to Ethan Smith. Ethan, number 34, back out to Belt. Behind the free throw circle. Goes to Smith. Good defense by both these teams in the early going. Here's Graham with the ball. Pulled out, gives to Belt. Here's Smith. Belt pulled out. Will try a three and miss. And the ball is knocked away by, touched last by a Spartan, out of bounds. It'll go to Batesville. Number 34 will trigger it in. This is Tyler Myers, one of the two seniors in the starting lineup for Batesville. And this team comes to town with a good record. 11 wins, 5 losses. Ball knocked away by a Spartan at the Batesville end of the court, so the Bulldogs will inbound there. Pass comes inbounds to Myers. Long three on the way, which is missed. That attempt by Meyer. Whistle stops the play. Official rules. Ball out of bounds by Connersville. Touched last by Spartan. So it will be Batesville ball. Pass comes in to Raver. Works the ball over to Meyer. Meyer fires long and misses, and Belt has the rebound for CHS. We're under 4 minutes to go in the first half, halfway through the first quarter, and it's a 2-2 ball game. Garrison over to Smith, over to Belt. This defense on both ends of the floor is keeping the team with the ball at bay and having to work long for their shot. Here's Belt. This is Garrison. Drives the lane. Feeds out to Belt. Drives the lane. Bump. by a player, and he'll have a couple of free throws coming. That foul will be called on number 34, Tyler Meyer.
34, Tyler Myers.
His second and his team's second.
Noah Bell.
At the line goes Noah Belt at the free throw line.
In the lineup for Batesville, number 40, Sam Bagley. And for Connersville, 22, Dylan Logan.
There's Dylan Logan coming in for Connersville, number 22, and Ethan Smith goes out. Free throw is good by Belt. He missed the first one, makes the second one, so he has all 3 points that the Spartans have. We have 5 whole points scored in this ball game so far. Here's, well, point 6 and 7 right there as a jumper along the base score, along the baseline by Colt Meyer. He has 17-point average to lead the Bulldogs in scoring this season. Spartans down by a 4-3 score. 2:53 on the first quarter clock. Here's Graham being pulled out quite a bit. Guard on him. Now here's Belt. Drives to the baseline. He's to Logan, out to Graham, tries a 3, it won't go. Oh, Jacob Brown with the rebound, puts it up and in. Nice move by Jacob. 5-4, Spartans up. 2:24 on the clock, first quarter. Here is Batesville along the baseline, missing a shot. The shot was attempted by Vogel. Here's Graham from the corner and rims one. Almost a 3-pointer for Jonah, but not quite. And the ball is lost out of bounds by Connersville. It will be Batesville ball. 5-4. Spartans with the lead with 2:05 on the first quarter clock. We're at Spartan Bowl tonight. Ball comes in play. Taken by Raver. There's a shot on the way that looks good. Whoop, it rims the basket, a 3-point attempt. But Batesville gets the rebound. Raver puts it up and in, puts his team up 6-5. Now here come the Spartans. Garrison moves it across the 10-second line. Over to Belt. 1:40 on the first quarter clock. Goes to Logan. This is Graham, number 5. A sophomore for CHS. Garrison drives it in, feeds off the ground at the last minute, and Jacob puts it up and in. Spartans go up 7-6. Now Batesville on the attack. Ball taken out, almost nice steal by Connersville, but couldn't quite pull it off. Here's Vogel. Ball now taken out by Powell. Just over a minute left to go, first quarter. Spartans with the lead. Shot from out is short by Batesville, and the rebound goes to Graham. Connersville with the basketball quickly into front court. Garrison drives into the free throw circle, comes out, goes to Logan, feeds Brown. And a pass intercepted by Batesville down court, and a charging foul going to be called on number 30 of Batesville. Batesville called for the foul on his first, team's third, out of bounds in backcourt, Spartans. Logan goes out, Brown goes out, Ethan Smith comes. Jonah Graham goes out. Let's pick up the player. Ethan Smith back in. Also for the Spartans, we have number 24, Colton Sullenberger in. And number 14, Tanner Brock. Meanwhile, Spartans across the timeline, up by a point as we near the end of the first quarter here at Spartan Bowl tonight. This is Sullenberger. Goes out to Garrison. Spartans will hold for the final shot of the first period. Ball knocked away. Oh, touch last by Belt, the ref rules. So it will be Batesville getting the last attempt. And triggering it in for the Bulldogs will be Vogel. Running mate at guard. Goes to Meyer. He shoots long and hits. hits a three as the clock runs out here in the first quarter. And that three-pointer gives Batesville a lead of 9-7 at the first break of tonight's ball game. Batesville 9, Connersville 7 at the end of one. Herbert Winkler Funeral Home in Connersville and Liberty is the family-owned funeral home. Herbert Winkler considers it an honor to be selected to care for a family member at the time of a passing. At Herbert Winkler, we pledge to care for all family needs to the best of our ability. 2 locations to serve you in Connersville at 513 West 8th, in Liberty at 310 North Main. We played a quarter here tonight, and it's kind of a slow-moving affair. Spartans down 9-7 to the Batesville Bulldogs in this Eastern Indiana Conference game. Crucial battle for both teams, as each one would like to gain some ground on the leader, Greenwood. Here we go in the second 8 minutes of play. Let's see what happens here. Kind of cold shooting by both teams. Ball will be put in play by Batesville since the Spartans won the opening tip, and it will be triggered in by Sam Vogel. He's a 6'2" sophomore at Batesville High. Ball taken in, goes to Heidledge. Just under a 9-point per game average, 9.9 the guard for Batesville. Bulldogs on the attack. Ball taken out by Heidledge. Feeds off to number 30, Braver. Spartans in their man-to-man defense. Batesville, ball handler being double teamed, finally works it out. Taken over by Dice. Charlie Dice in the lineup for the Bulldogs. Guarded by Garrison, loose basketball picked up by the Spartans. Turnover Bulldogs. Connersville with a chance to go out in front, and layup missed by Jacob Brown. And the rebound taken by Batesville. Spartans down by 2 as the Bulldogs move into front court. Ball underneath. Foul called on Connersville. Be a free throw shooter for the Bulldogs. Foul's going to be called on the Spartans. Garrison, his first, team second. At the free throw line will be Charlie Dice. A 55% free throw shooter for the Bulldogs. Hits that one. Team goes up by 3 points. It's the biggest lead by anybody in this ball game so far. Dice has a 5.8 per game average. Ready for his second free throw. This one will be good. 11-7, a 4-point lead for Batesville. Here is Garrison in front court as the point guard. Over to Belt. Out to Garrison. They work it to Jacob Brown. Can't get through. Works it back out to Belt. Guarding Belt closely because he's the leading point maker for the Spartans. Almost a turnover by CHS, but Garrison saves the ball from going into backcourt. Noah's charged for steps. Turnover by CHS. Out of bounds it goes to Batesville. Triggering it in will be Tyler Myers. Blocking foul called on Belt of Connersville as he bumped the ball handler. Non-shooting foul. That's a 13th foul on the Spartans. First on Belt. Number 34 leaves the ball game. Myers for Batesville, and coming back in is number 30, Raver. Meanwhile, it is Batesville ball, and they're up by 4 with 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the first half. Batesville on the attack, driving down. Oh, nice block by CHS, and Ethan Smith gets the basketball for Connersville. Belt drives the baseline, is fouled. Blocking foul called on Batesville as Belt heads for the for the basket. He's fouled. He'll be at the line. A couple of free throws for Noah Belt. That foul was called on Vogel of Batesville, team's fourth, his first. Free throw good by Noah Belt. Second shot is up and good. Noah has 5 points from the free throw line. Spartans have 9 altogether, and they are within 2 of tying this ball game. And a shot from out by Batesville, rebounding a Bulldog. A three-pointer on the way, and missing is Batesville. Ball tipped, but a nice save by Connersville. Over to Smith. Quickly in the front court is Ethan. And called for steps. That's the second traveling called on the Spartans tonight. And Kerry Brown wants to talk things over with his ball club, I believe. Nope, no, not a timeout. I thought he signaled for a timeout, or I thought the ref signaled for a timeout, but he did not. Meanwhile, it's Batesville's ball in backcourt. Here come the Bulldogs, up by 2 with 5:30 left to go first half. Harrison almost a steal, but he couldn't quite make it. And driving down on a foul called, and a basket's going to be good by number 25, Charlie Dice. He was fouled. He'll have a free throw coming. And that foul will be picked up by Spartans. Number 34, Ethan Smith. His first, team's fourth. Free throw is missed by Dice. Fight for the rebound. The battle is won by Garrison up court. And Clay loses control of the ball, and another turnover by the Spartans. They only had 6 in their game with Lawrence North a couple 3 days ago, and here they've matched that here tonight. 6 in a whole ball game, and they're probably at 6 right now. We're in the first half of play. Underneath, shot missed by Batesville. Brown rebounds Connersville. Belt across the timeline. 5 minutes left to play in the first half. 13-9 is the 4-point lead for Batesville. Here's Graham. Out to Garrison. Spartans set the play. Over to Ethan Smith. Ethan starts to drive down. Goes toward the basket. Puts it up and in. He's fouled. Basket counts by Ethan Smith. Spartans down 13-11, and he'll be at the free throw line. That foul was called on Dice of Batesville, the 15th foul. Free throw good. A 3-point play by Ethan Smith pulls the Spartans within a point. Here's Batesville on the attack. Quickly across the timeline. Ball handler is Powell for the Bulldogs. Spartans on the defense, man to man. Batesville working the ball. The lead of 1 point here in the first half. Number 30 fires long and hits a 3-pointer by Rayburn. 16-12. Batesville up by 4. 4 minutes to go first half. Here is Graham. Ball underneath to Brown. Jacob can't get a shot off. Feeds the ball out to Belt. Drives down. His shot missed. And Batesville grabs the ball. Spartans failed to score on that series. Ball knocked away or touched last by a Batesville player, so it's out of bounds Connersville. 3:42 on the first half clock here at Spartan Bowl tonight. 16-12, a lead of 4 by Batesville. Graham comes out of the ball game, and Toby Billups, a freshman, enters for CHS in one of the guard spots. Connersville brings the ball up court. Billups wears number 12. He has the ball right now. Goes to Smith, back to Billups. Taken by Garrison. They feed Brown. Oh, beautiful play as Brown, a low pass to Jacob, but he was able to grab the ball and turn and put it up and in. Spartans pull within 2. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. Here is A long shot out by Batesville, which is missed. Garrison brings it across the timeline with the help of Billups. Now Brown works underneath Smith, makes his man, puts it up and in. Spartans tied in the ball game at 16. 2:54 on the first half clock, and it is a timeout taken. Now in its 42nd year of assisting buyers and sellers of residential, farm, and commercial properties in all of East Central Indiana, call the knowledgeable and experienced real estate brokers of American Heritage Realty. 765-825-1103. Or stop at 603 West 30th Street in Connersville. You want and deserve expert advice when buying or selling real estate? American Heritage Realty in Connersville. The staff at American Heritage Realty says, good luck, Spartans. 2:54 on the first half clock here at Spartan Bowl tonight. And we are tied at 16 in a low-scoring affair. Batesville with the ball, putting it in play after calling the timeout. Connersville falls back on their defense. See what happens on this series. Ball worked in, out. Number 30 drives down. Tries to get a shot away, can't. Ball taken away from him by Jacob Brown, the 6'7" junior for CHS. Garrison up court along with Belt. 2:20 on the clock. Spartans have a chance to go ahead. There it is. A three by Garrison from the corner. 19-16. Spartans go up. 2:08 on the first half clock. Here's Batesville moving it into front court. They work a guy underneath close. And he scores, and he is fouled. He being Robert Raver, 6'5" senior, 14.5 per game average. He pulls his team within a point, and the foul was on Brown, his first team's fifth. There's the free throw is good, and we are tied at 19. Now the Spartans will inbound in backcourt. Carry Brown up, shouting instructions to Noah Belt. He and Garrison will move it across the timeline as Batesville falls back to set up the defense. Taken by Graham. Number 5 dribbles across court, starts to drive down the lane, feeds Smith, out to Garrison. Underneath to Brown. Goes high to grab the pass, puts it up, scores, is fouled. 21-19, Spartans have the lead with 1 minute and 37 seconds to go. And Jacob Graham can put them up by 3 points. He has a free throw coming. Jacob will fire and miss his free throw. We have a official. The Batesville coach was pretty upset, and I almost thought he was close to a technical, but he got away with it, and his team inbounds in backcourt. 1 minute and 30 seconds to be played in the opening half here at Spartan Bowl tonight. Connersville up by 2 points, and shot missed by Batesville, but a rebound by the Bulldogs. Ball taken on the side. Belt guarding the ball handler right now, who is Powell. Here's a whistle stopping play, and a foul going to be called on the Spartan. Second on Jacob Brown, team 6th. Non-shooting foul. It'll be Batesville ball with Colt Meyer putting it in play. Comes in, and a minute left to go in the first half. Spartans 21-19. Ball kicked by CHS. It'll be Batesville keeping control of the ball. Jacob Brown right now is heading down the tunnel with the trainer. I'm not sure what that's all about. We'll try to find out here. Meanwhile, he's not in the lineup. And Dylan Logan is back in for CHS. Foul called on the Batesville boy. Yeah, holding foul call, I believe, on one of the Bulldogs. No, they're calling it on Spartans. Let's see what this is all about. Garrison going out. That's a foul on Play, his second. Phillips is back into the ball game, and at the free throw line for Batesville is Vogel. Makes the free throw. 20th point for the Bulldogs. They're down by 1. Thought a foul was on the Spartans, but it ended up, the foul was on the Spartans. Second free throw is good. We're tied at 21 with under a minute to go in the first half. Here is Belt across the timeline. Spartans will work for the last shot of the first half. Here's Graham driving down. Blocking foul called on the 5'8" sophomore as he heads toward the basket. You have a couple of free throws coming. So they weren't waiting for the last second shot. 39 seconds on the clock. Graham at the free throw line hits and will be getting ready for his second try. 22-21, Spartans with the lead right now. Jonah's second free throw is good, so let's see if Batesville waits to attempt the last shot of the first half. Bulldogs put the ball in play. Working across the timeline. Connersville on the defense as the ball worked around. This goes to Powell. Over on the side, it comes to Heidlich. 20 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Spartans 23, Batesville 21. Yes, the Bulldogs will go for the last shot of the first half. They get the signal from the bench. Well, it was down to 6 seconds. They may or may not get it off. And the ball is knocked away by Belt. And the buzzer sound. Ethan Smith goes in for a shot. It's good after the buzzer sounds. Unfortunately, it will not count. We have reached halftime here tonight in this game at Spartan Bowl. And at the half, it's 23-21 in favor of the Spartans. They were down 9-7 at the first break. So the Spartans had a good second half in this ball game to grab the lead and lead it here at halftime, 23-21. Have a printing problem? Find the answer at Brunsman Graphic Design and Printing. Brunsman Graphic Design and Printing is a professional printer, always delivering quality printing and superior customer service. Brunsman specializes in t-shirt printing, vinyl decals, invitations, business cards. When you want quality work, quick service, and reasonable prices, Brunsman Graphic Design and Printing, 3207 Iowa Avenue in Connersville. Well, a pretty good first half, kind of a low-scoring affair, especially in that first quarter, but both teams sort of stepped up the scoring in the second part of this ball game, the second quarter. Connersville 9. Connersville trailed 9-7, as we mentioned at the first break. Right now, though, they lead 23-21 over this Batesville team. Spartans going for win number 11 tonight, as they are 10-7 right now. And for Batesville, they're hoping for win number 12, as they are 11-5. Again, it's a conference game in the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference. They both hope to move up. Batesville is right now in third place. The Spartans are in fourth, but Spartans have 4 games to play in the conference yet. As we talked about earlier, this one they'll be taking on East Central in a game in a couple of days here at Spartan Bowl. And then they'll be traveling to Franklin County for a conference game, and the final conference game will be here at Spartan Bowl against the Lawrenceburg Tigers later on this season. We're at halftime tonight here at Spartan Bowl in this ball game that's featuring the Batesville Bulldogs and the Connersville Spartans. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Connersville Spartan basketball. Contact your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Gina Hartman, Devin Hornsby, and Gary Reemsummer for your investment needs. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. We're at Spartan Bowl tonight. Conference game between the Bulldogs of Batesville and the Connersville Spartans. Again at halftime, 23-21, and we'll return right after this break on TV3 with the second half of tonight's ball game.
Bigfoot or
play basketball.
boy foul.
Well, the halftime intermission is nearing an end here at Spartan Bowl tonight, and it's a 23-21 ball game in favor of the Connersville Spartans over the Batesville Bulldogs. We're happy to have you joining us here on TV3 for this game of the week. Complete dental care for your family. Dr. Gary Weber, DDS, and Associate Dr. Blythe Robbins are here to provide just that for you and your family. Cosmetic dentistry, implants, crown and bridge, whitening, and more. Dr. Weber welcomes new patients for an appointment, 825-1121. Now you can have the smile you've always wanted. Dr. Weber at 1910 Virginia Avenue in Connersville. Ask about Care Credit financing. Batesville in their blue uniforms breaks from their coach, Aaron Garrett, and the Spartans now in their home whites, red trim, come onto the floor. For Connersville, it will be Jacob Brown, Ethan Smith, Jonah Graham, Noah Belt, Clay Garrison, the original starters. Well, we're glad to see Jacob Brown back on the floor. He went, as we mentioned, toward the end of the first half, he went down the tunnel with the trainer. We thought perhaps he had some kind of an injury, but if it was minor and taken care of. Ball knocked in backcourt by Batesville. Spartans go back to get it. Belt on the attack for CHS. Here's Smith pulled out. Dribbles behind the free throw circle. Now Garrison. Over to Smith. Good defense by both these teams all night long. Hence the low score. Oh, Belt penetrates the defense, banks one in for the first 2 points of the second half. 25-21 Connersville. 7:15 on the third quarter clock. Here is Batesville with a turnover. Bad pass. Well, it really wasn't a bad pass. The reception was bad as the ball was intended for number 30, and it got to him, Raver, but he just couldn't handle it, and it rolled out of bounds. Turnover gives the ball to CHS. Up by 4 points. Belt, press being applied right now by Batesville, but the Spartans get the ball into front court before the 10 seconds elapse. Here's Belt, over to Smith. They work the ball into Brown, back to Smith, to Graham in the corner, hits a three. Jonah Graham, his first three of the night. That's what the guard is known for, the 5'8" sophomore guard, is hitting the threes, and the Spartans with the biggest lead of this ball game, 28-21. Long shot from out by Batesville is missed. Rebounding Spartans. Connersville definitely in control here in the third quarter. Garrison drives down, puts it up. Oh, won't go. The rebound is saved by Belt. He takes a return pass. They work underneath to Jacob Brown, loses the ball momentarily. A fight for the basketball, and finally Batesville comes out with it. Could have had a held ball there, I thought, a couple of times, but the officials said no. Here are the Bulldogs on the attack, driving down the baseline, and with a little jump shot along the baseline is R.T. Powell scoring for the Bulldogs. Pulls them within 3. 5:45 third quarter remain to be played. Smith in traffic, being double teamed. Gives it to Bell. Out to Garrison. Garrison gets rid of his guard, works underneath to Smith. He goes in for a shot, missed. No foul called. Up court, Batesville after grabbing the rebound. Loose basketball. Knocked out of bounds by Batesville. Spartan ball. We're in the third quarter here tonight, and it's game of the week on TV3. Batesville and Connersville. Spartans 28, Batesville 23. 5:20 on the clock, third period. Ball worked into Garrison in the lane, can't get through, works it to Bell. Noah drives down. Underneath is Smith, tries a shot, blocked, and the loose ball taken off by Batesville. Here come the Bulldogs driving down, scoring. Oh, charge called on Batesville. Basket was nullified by that foul call. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Spartans. Ethan Smith goes out for CHS number 22. Dylan Logan comes in for Connersville. Pressed by Batesville. Spartans in front court. Garrison to the baseline. Can't get the shot off. Graham gets set for one. Miss. Graham kicks it up and in for Connersville. Jacob Brown with a tip in. Spartans 30. Batesville 23. 4:35 to go for third period. Here's Batesville on the attack. Foul. Underneath. Ball knocked away. Nice defense by Connersville at the Batesville end of the court. And Graham with the ball. Connersville taken off. Goes to Logan, to Brown. Steps called on Jacob. He can't believe it, but it will forever be a traveling call on Jacob Brown. Turnover gives the ball out of bounds to Batesville. Firing it in will be Sam Vogel, one of the sophomores on this Batesville team. Bringing the ball up court is the guard, number 11, Colt Meyer, their leading point maker. Bulldogs on the attack. 4 minutes left to go in the third period. Here's a shot missed by Batesville. Belt with the rebound quickly up court on a fast break. Down court, lays it up and in. Players all over Noah as he goes into bank one up and in. 32-23, the Spartans have the lead, and Batesville wants a timeout. We have 3:45 on the clock here in the third quarter. Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency is dedicated to protecting you and your family at a price you can afford. We are licensed insurance professionals striving to be your agency of choice. Wilson Lawson Myers is an independent agency representing numerous companies for all your needs. Finding the right insurance begins with finding the right agency, and that is Wilson Lawson Myers, 521 Central Avenue, Connersville. Phone number is 825-5111. We're in the third quarter with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to be played, and the Spartans 32 and Batesville 23 at the end of the first half of tonight's ball game. 23-21 was the score as the Spartans outscored Batesville in that second period, 16-12. Batesville had the lead at the first break of 9-7. First ball game tonight, a victory for the junior Spartans of Connersville, 44-43 in a real thriller. And for those young guys, it's victory number 13 on the season. Play's about to be resumed, and it will be Batesville putting it in play in backcourt. Walking it across the timeline, R.T. Powell. Spartans on defense. Ball comes to the side. Starting to drive down. Dice comes back out. Garrison guarding him. Here's a corner shot, a three, and that's dropped in by R.T. Powell. Has a 7.8 per game average as he hits a three-pointer. It's 32-26. Spartans with the lead of 6 with 3:13 on the clock. Whistle stops the play as a timeout is called, as the Spartans will take a timeout. 3:10 on the third quarter clock. Again, they're up 32-26. Foes Flooring at 301 Beach Street invites you to visit them for your every flooring need. Foes Flooring has carpet and tile, vinyl and laminates, luxury vinyl tiles, and hardwoods. You receive a free estimate on your choice of flooring, plus expert installation. Talk to Foes Flooring soon and take advantage of all their services. Foes Flooring at 765-692-0800. Foes Flooring, 301 B Street in Connersville. Timeout's over, and here we go with 3:10 on the third quarter clock. Spartans up in this game, 32-26. Connersville ball built into Garrison. Over to Smith. Ethan, the lineup for Connersville, along with Brown, Graham, Garrison, Belt. Ball underneath to Jacob Brown, and he's fouled. See if it's a shooting foul or not. I'm not sure. Let's see what the arrest rule. No, non-shooting foul. That is the second foul of the second half. That's the third on Raver of Batesville. And he will head for the bench, and his replacement will be Tyler Myers. Meanwhile, Spartan ball. Belt does not get it in play, I believe, before the 5 seconds elapsed. He couldn't find anybody open. Turnover gives the ball out of bounds to Batesville. That's a mistake you don't like to see if you're the home team. Batesville on the attack, working underneath to Dice. He's 25. Here's a shot from out, missed by Batesville. Smith with a rebound for Connersville, and Belt in front court. Drives the lane, tries to put one up and in, misses. Loose basketball, touched last by Connersville, out of bounds Batesville. Nice hustle by CHS, but they couldn't keep control of the ball. Batesville ball coming in will be Colt Meyer. He's been on the bench for a while, and he's replacing Heidlich in one of the guard spots for the Batesville team. 32-26, Connersville leading, 2:22 to go in the third period. We're at Spartan Bowl tonight on the TV3 game of the week in this important conference game. Spartans on the defense. See how Batesville handles this defense of Connersville. There's Meyer driving down along the baseline, fouled by Graham of Connersville. And it will be a non-shooting foul, so it'll be Batesville ball, and Colt Meyer, 6'1" junior, will trigger it in for the visitors to Spartan Bowl. It comes in, taken off by Myers. Set the play. Spartans in their man-to-man defense. Here's Dice from out, missing. Yes, it hit the rim, bounced high. We had to wait for a second to see if it would drop to the goal or not. It did not. The Spartans have the rebound. Loose ball momentarily. Belt saves it, drives down, feeds off to Brown. Taken out by Garrison. Gets rid of the man guarding him. They work underneath the Belt. Nice play. Noah Belt puts it up and in for CHS, and they're up 34-26. 1:20 on the clock here in the third period. Connersville on the attack. Spartans with the lead. Batesville now on the attack. Spartans ball back on defense. Ball taken by Colt Meyer. Spartans have done a pretty good job on him tonight. He's their leading point maker with 17 points per game average going into tonight's game. Bulldogs in their blue uniforms setting the play. Under a minute to go in the third period. Ball brought to Meyer, number 11. Cross court, going for the last shot of the third period. Importantly, here's Powell. Comes to Meyer. Nice sets a screen. Meyer drives around. Ball worked underneath. Pass intercepted by Connersville. Jacob Brown grabs a ball as it was intended for a Batesville boy into the basket. And now the Spartans with Belt drives down, feeds to Brown. Whistle stops the play. And the official will rule foul on Batesville. Let's see if it's a shooting foul or not. Grabbed him on the arm. The official rules no, it's non-shooting foul, but the Spartans will have the ball. Brown goes out of the ball game, and coming in for CHS, Colton Sullenberger. 21.3 seconds to be played in the third period. Spartans have the ball. They're into the court. Belt drives the baseline. The official rule. That a traveling turnover by the Spartans gives the ball out of bounds to Batesville. And here are the Bulldogs now with 15 seconds on the clock. In the third period, they're down 34-26. They will wait for the clock to run down. It's 9 seconds. Meyer drives down, loses control of the ball. It's out of bounds, Spartan. Boy, it's been a turnover night for both these ball clubs. Now the Spartans with 3.4 on the clock. Belt drives down, fires from out, and way off the mark as the buzzer sounds. And at the end of the third quarter here tonight in this game, it is 34 Connersville and 26 Batesville. Batesville held to 5 points in that third period by the Spartans defense. Eye Center of Connersville provides treatment for eye diseases and injuries, just one of its many services. Services that include vision care for every member of your family, glasses and contacts, frames for every budget, sunglasses, a large selection of eyewear. Complete eye care for every member of your family. Yours at Eye Center of Connersville. Schedule an appointment to have an eye exam. The number to call is 825-6000 for Eye Center at Connersville at 2045 Virginia Avenue. Here we go at the final 8 minutes of tonight's ball game here at Spartan Bowl. Happy to have you with us here on TV3. Teams break from their coaches. Connersville was down by a point at the first break, 9-7, but they've led at halftime 23-21, and now have at the end of 34-26 lead. Ball put in play by the Bulldogs as they move it across the timeline. That's R.T. Powell. Ball kicked by a Spartan. Batesville will keep possession. Bulldogs will flip it in. R.T. Powell looks for somebody in the clear. Coming out to get the ball is Robert Raver. Connersville with their defense. Driving down, scoring, penetrating the Spartan defense was Raver. He's a 6'5" senior at Batesville High School. 34-28, Connersville with the lead and the ball. 7.5 minutes to play in tonight's game. Here's Noah Belt. Over to Graham. Garrison is open and hits a three. Nobody around Clay Garrison, and he had plenty of time to get set for that three-pointer. 37-28, Spartans up. Fans like that, Connersville fans. There's Batesville on the attack. Trying to find somebody open. Spartans with the defense. Starting to drive down and penetrating the Connersville defense. R.T. Powell, he drives through the lane and gets a bucket. 37-30, Spartans up. 6:45 to go in this game here tonight. There's a ball taken away by a Batesville boy, but he steps on the out-of-bounds line, and it'll be Connersville basketball. Belt will put it in play right in front of the scorer's bench. Comes into Brown. Over to Garrison. Spartans have their original starting 5 in there right now. Graham, Smith, Garrison, Belt, Graham, as we mentioned. Garrison. Over to Smith. Ethan drives out, gets to Graham. Now goes to Garrison, double team, and foul called. See, forced out of bounds. Let's see what the officials are going to call. Going to call a blocking foul, and I believe that'll be Colt Meyer. That's his first, team's 4th. It'll be Spartan ball. Here's Garrison into the center circle, drives down underneath the belt, drives the baseline. A perfect pass, a perfect assist by Garrison. 39 Connersville, 30 Batesville, and the Spartans want a timeout. Gary Brown calls for a timeout. He wants to talk things over with his team. It is events like this game that make our community such a great place in which to live, work, and play. All of us at FCN Bank applaud the CHS Spartans for their hard work and dedication. Thank you for reminding us once again why we all choose to call this place home. FCN, building stronger communities, one great local event at a time. Go CHS Spartans, good luck. FCN Bank, member FDIC. This timeout's over, and we have 5 minutes and 55 seconds to be played in this ball game tonight. And it's 39-30 in favor of Connersville. Spartans hoping to make a grand sweep of things here tonight, as the JV team was victorious by a point in tonight's first ball game. Here's Batesville in front court. Ball handler trying to get rid of Spartan guard. Finally feeds out. Fans wanted a traveling call on the Batesville ball handler, but the official said no. There's the traveling call. Yeah, the officials in the stands wanted to help the refs on the floor. Here we go. Spartans will get the ball out of bounds on the turnover. Move it across the timeline. 5 minutes and a half to be played in tonight's game at Spartan Bowl. 39 Connersville, 30 Batesville down court. Garrison drives the lane, was fouled on his way, and non-shooting foul. Thought perhaps he was fouled on his way for a layup, but the official said no. Spartans will inbound at 3rd in the floor. Goes to Smith, to Belt, to Smith underneath. Ball knocked away from him by a good defense of Batesville, and the Bulldogs have the basketball. Quickly up court, Batesville trying to set a play. Connersville's guards doing their job here tonight. Driving down, and the ball in flight, batted out of bounds by the Spartans on good defense, as Meyer was going in for a layup, and the ball was knocked away from him. Comes in play by Batesville. And even 5 minutes to go in tonight's game. Here's a corner shot that rims a basket by Batesville. Garrison has the rebound, fast breaking down court. Feeds Belt, driving the baseline and scores. Nice teamwork by CHS. 41-30, Spartans up by 11 points in this ball game with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to be played. Here is number 30 firing long and missing for Batesville. Garrison grabs the rebound for CHS. And he walks it into front court. Works it out to Smith. Back to Garrison. He had an open spot, but it quickly closed up. Now Graham fires and rims one. A three-point try by the guard. Almost dropped, but it didn't. And here's a foul called as the teams started up court. There's a foul called on somebody. Let's see who it's on. The third foul on Jacob Brown in this game. It'll be out of bounds, Batesville. Now the decision by Kerry Brown if to keep Jacob Brown in there with 3 fouls. He's making no move yet to substitute for him. Here's a bumping foul by Belt of Connersville. Over guarding by Noah. His second, team's third of the second half. Non-shooting foul. 4 minutes and 3 seconds show on the clock here in tonight's ball game. That's all the time remaining. And it's 41-30 Connersville in this low-scoring affair at Spartan Bowl. It's a TV3 game of the week. Appreciate you joining us. Here's Batesville with a turnaround jumper, which is good, played by number 30, Robert Raver. 41-32. Connersville with the ball and the lead. Garrison dribbles through traffic, brings it out to Smith, goes to Graham. Here is Garrison on the near side, goes to Belt. Feeds Garrison, goes out to Smith, out to Graham. Spartans might use a little bit of clock here. We'll see. 3:19 to be played, and a tripping foul called on Batesville's Colt Meyer.
Foul 11, Colt Meyer.
That's his second and team sixth. One more, and the Spartans will be at the free throw line. That was a non-shooting foul. I believe the refs are pointing out some dampness on the floor, and we're getting a towel from the sidelines to dry this space. We'll be resuming play here shortly. No, apparently not. Must be a shoe problem for Belt. I thought that the official pointed toward the floor, and he wasn't pointing toward a damp spot. He was pointing to a shoe problem with Noah Belt. And so there's a timeout called by nobody here right now, and teams crowd around their coaches. So a stop in the action with 3 minutes and 17 seconds showing on the clock here in tonight's ball game in the final period, and it's 41 Connersville, 32 Batesville. So we're having an officials timeout. Connersville down by a couple of points at the first break, but they've led at the other 2 breaks so far, 23-21 at halftime after trailing 9-7 at the first quarter. And they had a 34-26 lead as we went into this final 8 minutes of play. Now the timeout's over and play's about to be resumed. Batesville on the floor. Spartans finally breaking from their coach with a little bit of help by the official as he visits the Spartans on the sidelines. Connersville ball. Belt has the shoe repair and will be triggering it in for Connersville. Goes into Brown, back to Belt. Clock starts. And underneath to Smith, open and scores. Spartan. Ethan Smith along the baseline. They worked the ball to him and he scored. And here's a foul called on Connersville under the Batesville basket. At the free throw line will be Robert Raver. That foul called number 4 on Jacob Brown. Raver will have a couple of free throws for Batesville. His team is down 43-32, and he misses the free throw. His second try coming up. Brown will go out, and Logan, number 22, will come in for the Spartans. Here's the free throw shooter, and this one is good by Batesville's Raver. Their 33rd point. They're down by 10. Spartans inbounding at backcourt, being pressed. Up into Graham, goes to Garrison. Here's Belt. Smith pulled out. We're under 3 minutes to go in tonight's game. Graham and Logan is fouled. Number 22 will be at the line for the Spartans. Let's see, that's the 6th foul. But he was fouled. No, it's number 7, so he will be at the line for a 1-and-1. Dylan wears number 22. He's one of the seniors on this team. Drops the free throw in. Spartans 44, Batesville 33, and the clock shows 2:38. Lineup change, number 34 for Batesville goes out. And he's replaced by R.P. Powell. Second free throw good, 45-33. Spartans with the lead, Batesville with the ball. 2 minutes and a half remaining. Connersville hoping for victory number 11 tonight. Here's a shot put up and in. Nice drive by Powell as he banks one up and in. And a timeout being taken. It's 45-35, 2:23 on the clock. Spartans have the lead in this ball game in the final quarter. Don's Auto Sales and Tires at 126 West 2nd Street gives you the very best deal in tires. Don's has all major brands available in stock in all price ranges. See Don's Auto Sales and Tires in business for over 40 years. And Don's has a large selection of quality vehicles with prices ranging from $1,000 to $30,000. Need new tires or a quality vehicle? Don's Auto Sales and Tires, 126 West 2nd Street in Connersville. The phone number is 765-825-7730. Plays being resumed here tonight in this ball game. It's Spartan ball. Oh, the inbound pass taken by Batesville, and a blocking foul going to be called on Garrison of Connersville. A play that Spartan fans did not appreciate, as the inbound play by the Spartans did not work out to their advantage. Non-shooting foul will be Batesville ball with 2:20 on the clock. 45-35 Connersville. Ball comes in. Taken out by Powell. Shot from the side is good. That's a 3 by Colt Meyer, and that whittles the Spartans' lead 48-37. Press being applied by Batesville. Foul called. Ethan Smith will be at the line for Connersville as he was fouled in backcourt. 2:04 on the clock. And at the line is Ethan Smith. Ethan is a 58% free throw shooter. Tries to get a couple to drop here for him. As the ball takes aim, fires and hits. 46-38 Spartans. Trying to hang on here with just over 2 minutes left to play. Second shot by Ethan is good. Spartans 47, Batesville 38. Here come the Bulldogs. Trying to pull this one out. Who knows? Three-pointer on the way. Good by number 12, Heidel. And Spartan basketball, 1:45 on the clock. Whistle stops the play. See what the official rules. I believe a foul calling on Batesville on Heidlich, his third, team's 9th. And it'll be Jonah Graham at the line for free throws. Shot is up and good. Spartans 48, Batesville 41. 1:44 shows on the clock. Second free throw is missed. The rebound taken by Batesville. The Bulldogs down by only 7. A minute and 30 to be played. A shot from the side is missed by Batesville, but a rebound by a Bulldog. Missed. Another rebound. Missed. Foul called. Batesville will be at the line. Garrison called for a foul, I believe. Let's see what the officials rule here.
Foul number 10, Clay Garrison.
Yeah, it will be on Clay. That's number 4 on Clay Garrison. And at the free throw line for 2 shots is Robert Raver. His team is down by 7 points. A lot of time remaining in this game, 1:29 on the clock. Now some dampness on the floor. The ref calls for a towel from the sidelines, and we'll do some cleaning. Ready for the free throws by the Batesville player. Takes aim and makes it. They trail by 6. Second free throw on its way. This one is good. 48 Connorsville, 43 Batesville. Spartans are in the front court. Here's Garrison. Goes over to Belt, drives down, feeds over to Graham. Now taken by Belt, along the feeds Brown, lays it up and in. Oh, nice play. Jacob Brown got free and laid it up and in after a nice assist by Noah Belt. Here is Batesville on the attack. Reverse layup missed by Batesville. Ball taken by the Spartans on the rebound. Belt is fouled. 58 seconds show on the clock in this game. It's 50-43. Spartans with a lead of 7, and Noah Belt will be at the line for 2 free throws. Spartans had an 11-point lead at one time, and it seemed that they were letting Batesville get back into this ball game. Trying for their 51st point, and there it is. 51 Connorsville, 43 Batesville. Here's the second free throw by Belt. It's up and good. Batesville ball, down by 9. Clock starts. Quickly into front court, Batesville. Here's Dice from the corner, missing on a shot. Grabbing the ball is a teammate. His shot was missed. Brown from the Spartans has the ball knocked away from him. A traveling call on Jacob. And the fans don't appreciate that call. 41.7 seconds to be played. 52 Connorsville, 43 Batesville. Here's a lineup change for Batesville. Dice goes out, and coming back in is Tyler Myers. He was their starting forwards. He has the ball right now. Spartans on the defense, put up and in as Powell gets underneath, and they work the ball to him, and he puts it up and in. And with 36.6 seconds on the clock, Connorsville has a lead of 7 points, 52-45. The place to eat in Connorsville is Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th. Dine inside or carry out, at home or where you work. Free delivery. Yes, delivery is free from Mancino's, 825-6155. Choose from Mancino's large menu. Choose the house specialty, the Spartan Classic. Enjoy the sports atmosphere by viewing all the Spartan sports mementos. Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, 303 West 30th Street, a proud Spartan booster. Open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., 825-6155. Buzzer sounds, and we are ready for the final 36.6 minutes, 30.6 seconds of this ball game. We don't want an overtime here, so let's see what the Spartans are mapping here on the sidelines with Coach Kerry Brown. Timeout's over. Batesville on the floor. Here come the Spartans. It will be Connorsville ball. Belt will trigger it in for CHS. Jacob Brown with 4 fouls is back into the ball game. Inbound pass comes to Smith. He is fouled. That's two Batesville boys gang up on him, and whistle finally sounds and a foul called on Batesville. Let's see which one's charged with it. It will be Tyler Myers, his fourth. It's their 10th team foul of this second half. Couple of free throws for Ethan Smith. See how Ethan does. 58% free throw shooter on the season. 33.2 seconds to go. Here's Ethan firing and too hard. He's getting ready for his second one. The official, meanwhile, is sort of using his hand to dry the basketball off a little bit. Now fires it back to Ethan, and he is ready to go. Second free throw try this one is good. Spartans 53, Batesville 45. Clock starts. 30 seconds is the clock reading, and Batesville fires long, misses, and Smith has the rebound. He's fouled. Ethan will be right back at the free throw line. 23.5 seconds to go. Here's Dylan Logan coming into the game. And he will be replacing, let's see who leads the game. It's apparently going to be Smith because he hasn't come in yet, so Ethan will be at the line. Couple of free throws. It's the only Spartan at that end of the floor. Everybody, the other Spartans are in back court. Smith has the ball, takes aim, fires, and hits. Spartans 54. Batesville 45. Now Smith can make it a 10-point lead for Connersville. And he does. Nice free throw shooting by CHS tonight. Here's Batesville on the attack. Trying to avoid a loss, but doesn't look very good right now as the Spartans steal the ball at the Batesville end of the court. Down to 12 seconds, and Connersville will let the time tick off the clock as the fans stand and applaud the fine job done by CHS tonight. There's the final buzzer, and the ball game has come to an end. And it is Connersville winning in this conference game, moving up a spot into third place in the standings of the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference, and Batesville falls to fourth. Final score here tonight, 55 Connersville, 45 Batesville. Batesville's sixth loss of the season, and the Spartans victory number 11. Connersville is 11-7 right now. Batesville is 11-6. Well, a well-fought ball game and well played. Quite a few turnovers though, but the Spartans come off with the victory. By quarters, this game was a lead of 2 by Batesville at the first break, 9-7. Then Connersville led 23-21 at halftime. And after 3 quarters, it was 34-26. And 55-45 was the final score. We will take a break here on the TV3 Game of the Week and be back with some scoring. Here's some scoring. It's kind of unofficial here, but we will pass it along to you as Jonah Graham and Clay Garrison each had 6 points in the ball game. Noah Belt had 17, Ethan Smith had 12, and Jacob Brown had 12 in this win. The Spartans in this game with the Batesville Bulldogs. 55-45 was the final score. This Spartan game on TV3 has been brought to you by American Heritage Realty, Brunsman Graphic Design and Printing, Dr. Gary Weber, DDS, Don's Auto Sales and Tires, Edward Jones, Financial Advisor. This game has also been brought to you by FCN Bank, Bulls Flooring, Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, Urban Winkler Funeral Home, Wilson Lawson Myers Insurance Agency, Eye Center of Connersville. The sponsors consider it a privilege to bring you Spartan basketball on TV3. Again, the final score tonight was a victory for Connersville, victory number 11 on the season as they defeat the Batesville Bulldogs 55-45. For Justin Roberts, this is Fran Schulman thanking you as always for watching Spartan basketball on TV3. And from Spartan Bowl, good night, everybody.